On September 26, 2016, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton had their first presidential debate against each other. During the debate, Hillary Clinton inquired about Donald Trump's avoidance in showing his tax returns. In her inquiry, she stated that the few years of Donald Trump's tax returns that were public showed that Mr. Trump paid zero in federal taxes, to at which point Mr. Trump stated, "That makes me smart." Let's take a look at that clip.
So you've got to ask yourself, why won't he release his tax returns? And I think there may be a couple of reasons. First, maybe he's not as rich as he says he is. Second, maybe he's not as charitable as he claims to be. Third, we don't know all of his business dealings, but we have been told through investigative reporting that he owes about $650 million to Wall Street and foreign banks. Or maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So if he's paid zero, that means zero for troops, zero for vets, zero for schools or health.
So Mr. Trump did not deny that he did not pay federal taxes. In fact, he states that not paying federal taxes makes him smart. Many people across America are upset and in arms because Donald Trump did not pay taxes. This isn't somehow something new. In fact, back in 2007, Warren Buffett stated that his tax rate was lower than the tax rate of his secretary. In fact, Warren's tax rate was almost half as the tax rate of all of his employees. Let's take a look at that clip.
On the economy, we should say all of this comes with a looming tax fight in Congress. The Democrats want to revamp the tax structure and get rid of some of the loopholes that the wealthy and corporations enjoy to pay less taxes. And it may surprise you to learn that one of the universally accepted richest guys in the world, Warren Buffett, feels he pays too little by percentage. This interesting campaign of his was unveiled in a recent conversation with Tom Brokaw, who is here with us in the studio with more on this. This is fascinating.
Brian, it is well known that Warren Buffett is a contrary billionaire. Unlike most of his fellow billionaires, he believes that they should be paying a higher tax rate. And to prove his point, he decided to compare what he pays as a tax rate with what the people who work for him pay.
The taxation system has tilted toward the rich and away from the middle class in the last 10 years. It is dramatic, and I don't think it's appreciated. And I think it should be addressed.
You've gone very public with this.
Right.
You've talked about in your own office, for example, you pay a much lower tax rate with all of your wealth than, say, a receptionist does.
That's exactly right, Tom. And I think the only way to do it is with specifics. And in our office, 15 people cooperated in a survey out of 18. I didn't make anybody do it. And my total taxes paid, payroll taxes plus income tax, mine came to 17.7%. The average for the office was 32.9%. There wasn't anybody in the office, from the receptionist on up, that paid as low a tax rate. And I have no tax planning. I don't have an accountant. I don't have tax shelters. I just follow what the U.S. Congress does.
By now, many of you watching this video may be upset to know that the wealthy don't pay as much in taxes as the middle class does. Many people distrust the wealthy because they believe they are cheats. But what you didn't hear is what both Mr. Buffett and Mr. Trump said about paying less in taxes than everyone else does.
Used certain laws that are there, taking advantage of the laws of the nation. Now, if you want to change the laws, you've been there a long time, change the laws. But I take advantage of the laws of the nation because I'm running a company. My obligation right now is to do well for myself, my family, my employees, for my companies. And that's what I do.
I just follow what the U.S. Congress tells me to do.
They both use the laws that are in place which allow them to reduce their tax liability legally. These are laws that are available to every red-blooded American. Contrary to popular belief, you do not have to be rich to take advantage of these laws. You just have to know them and then apply them to your financial situation. There are two caveats that you need in order to participate. One, you must be a business owner. As a regular wage earner, a W-2 employee, there are only a handful of tax deductions that are available to you, approximately 6 or 7. However, as a business owner, there are over 475 tax deductions available to business owners. Taking advantage of these lawful tax deductions will greatly reduce the amount of taxes you may owe to the IRS. The second caveat is that you need to become a long-term investor. Investment income is typically taxed at a lower rate than ordinary income. For example, someone who works and earns $100,000 in salary will pay approximately $30,000 in taxes, while another person who earns the same $100,000 but in an investment income can realistically pay only $15,000 in taxes. That's half the amount of taxes paid on the same amount of money. That's the difference between ordinary income tax versus capital gains tax. The great news is that you don't have to be rich to start a business. There are many types of businesses that can be started for less than a Michael Kors purse. You don't have to be rich to start investing. There are many investment plans that you can start investing in for as little as $25 per month. Once you become a business owner and an investor, you too can begin to take advantage of the same tax deductions that allow Warren Buffett and Donald Trump to pay less in taxes than the average American. Stop complaining about the wealthy and start implementing the strategies that the wealthy implement. Regardless of what political party gets into office, the tax game will not change. It will always favor those who understand the rules. There's an old saying, don't hate the player, hate the game. However, the new saying is don't hate the player, learn how to play the game. If you're interested in learning how these rules can work in your favor, if you want to know how you can start a business for less than a Michael Kors purse, if you want to know how you can find the money to start investing and have your money work for you instead of you working for your money, contact the person who shared this video with you. They will show you the rules and strategies that you can use that will help lower your tax liability and begin generating positive cash flow that can be used to eliminate debt and create investment portfolios. Don't wait until tomorrow. Contact them today.